Skål!
You will know me as Skull the Norn.
Welcome back, travelers, to another top 5 video. Today we're going to be Topping is such a hard word.
Pizza topping.
We're going to be talking about the Viking top 5 board games. And this is actually one of the funnest one that we've done because we actually got to research and play all these board games. He actually owns all these, so that's one of them that he does find a lot of interest. Again, I am joined by Mr. Andrew Valkowskis.
And here's my buddy Ken, and we're about to give you the lowdown on the top 5 Viking board games in my collection.
So you want to start it off with our number 5 pick today?
Absolutely. My favorite one is one that I kickstarted. It's one of the first ones that I kickstarted, which is Gone Viking. I am a sucker for trick-taking card games, and this one is full of Viking flavor. You're going out and you are pillaging, you're coming back with loot, you're asking the gods to kind of bless your loot to get more points, and you're trying to impress the chieftain. All in the while, everything is this really clever trick-taking mechanic, just like our card game Golveg. So this definitely easily clocks into my top 5.
Very interesting game indeed. Card games are very fun, very fashionable these days. So definitely very unique in the sense where it's a trick-taking card game. There's not that many out there. Well, not that many out there. I mean, not that many popular ones out there.
No, that's it. It's trick-taking is kind of something that came out of traditional card games. And I find it really interesting when game designers can actually use that mechanic in very clever ways with new and fresh themes.
Yeah, like a Golveg.
Exactly.
Shameless plug.
Exactly. Sponsored by Golveg. Speaking of Golveg, we got one right here. But just to be fair, we're not going to pick favorites of the games that we've created. Golveg's not on the list, but obviously, if you're into trick-taking card games, Gone Viking and Golveg are something that you want to look at. All right, Ken, what is our number 4?
Our number 4 is Viking Guard. Cool thing about this, it does have a unique system where it is a flippable board. Each piece is almost like a slice of pizza because it's a whole circle and you flip it out. The whole point of the game is you're trying to go to Valhalla and you're trying to achieve as much as you can. There's different types of achievements in the game. There's obviously, you gotta discover as much as you can. There's different worlds that you can achieve. And the cool thing about that, to solve any type of problem or event or any combat, you throw runes. That's a very unique system to this game. Throwing runes, that's why a lot of people assume when they look at our game, they're like, oh, did you throw runes? No. We don't throw runes in our game, but in this game you do, which is really cool. So I like the fact that it does have a unique system in multiple ways, just like the flipping of the pizza, and also the throwing of the runes. So it makes it a very unique game in that sense, and that's why it is my number 4 and our number 4 as well.
Absolutely. All right, number 3 is a game that I didn't think I would enjoy as much as I did. So to be full on disclosure, I ended up backing this simply for the gorgeous minis, and that's Blood Rage. Ooh. And Blood Rage came across originally as a very mathematical game, and I was afraid that it was going to be another Yggdrasil, and that's one of the games that definitely does not come close to our top 5. It is a Viking-themed game, which is nothing more than a mathematical state machine with a very thin veneer of flavor. That's Viking related. However, after playing Blood Rage, I was extremely impressed with how the theme came through. The actions, the cards, everything just gelled so well together that this is very easily in my top 3 board games in my collection even. High ranks for Blood Rage and the expansions as well. There's quite a few, and I'd say that almost every single one of them is worth picking up.
Our number 2 right now is going to be 787 Viking. Let me just show you guys right here. Bang! 780. Oh, I should have flipped this over for you guys to see.
Yeah, let's just toss that right up at the front here.
There you go.
Here you go.
787 Viking. So at first glance, I thought it was just going to be like another Risk game because that's basically what I read about the game. It was like, oh yeah, conquer the world, gain access, win the game. But it's not, because in this game you have basically 2 factions. You have the Vikings and the Englishmen, and each of these are also separated into different factions. Now the whole point of the game is actually to conquer the world, but it goes by turns. So each turn you have either an Englishman who will gain reinforcements to protect the cities that they all own, or you're a Viking and you're trying to raid and loot, and you also get reinforcements. So every single turn you're either choosing where to attack or where to defend, where to put your reinforcements. But in the end of the game, what happens, whoever has the most territories win the game. So it's a very unique sense in that game because it's not just like everyone against everyone, it's 2 factions are fighting. So yeah, that's why I really like the game, because it's a co-op game at the same time against another co-op. So it's 2 teams fighting against each other to basically gain territory of England.
And I am not a huge fan of games that don't have a lot of story in them, and this one does not have a lot of story. You end up making the story, but the mechanics are so well streamlined that it's the best I guess, conquer game that I own
that's
in
pretty good.
my collection.
Well, best Viking conquer game out there, right?
It's the best conquer game, and the fact that
in
it's
general.
a Viking conquer
Makes it
game,
so
that's a
much better.
bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Academy Games, the publisher, is actually really well known for very, very polished and streamlined mechanics.
That's great. So what is our number one?
Number one is pretty much unanimous in our household. I mean, every time my son wants to bring out a board game onto the table, it's actually Champions of Midgard. And this is an absolutely amazing worker placement game. There's so many different ways you can win. You can go and hunt monsters. You can go and reinforce your town. You can go across the Great Sea and explore. There's some really nice expansions where there's like a sub-game in Valhalla. When your heroes die, you end up getting, other characters that are in another realm. Bring back magical items that help you gain your victory. This is my favorite worker placement game. And again, it's a bonus that it's Viking themed. Super well designed. There are 2 expansions to the game. I highly recommend both of them. And this is one that sees play all the time.
Fun fact, it is also a online game, so you can actually download this, right?
Oh yeah, the Steam app.
It is a Steam app as well, so you can actually play this on your computer. So it would have technically made our top 5 video games as well, but we didn't want to multiply and have multiple games and multiple things, but it's okay. It's a really fun game. But if you guys want to see us play any of these games, let us know in the comments down below. We might just open one of these to show you guys what's inside in our Viking loot. But that will be it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to get posted and updated by our new content.
And don't forget our Patreon will give you a sneak peek of everything we're working on. Until then,
Skål.
skål.
Safe travels.